the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it.
All right, Coach, it's a picturesque afternoon for football in the Northeast, and EA Sports comes to you from MetLife Stadium, just across the Hudson River from New York City. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Right there, 54 miles. All day, everybody.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
47. Mike 57.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Mike's by 4. I'm going to come back to you. Check 3.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. He's going to have the first down past the 20. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 47 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On the carry, it's Muhammad. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Out. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Jam. Check.
Now a give right side. Muhammad. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Check. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I'm coming for you. You mine. Right, lady. Right there. 54, Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Hey, Charlie.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold.
Here we go.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, their pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and you know the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check it.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
After the sack on 1st down, Prescott. His throw incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, kill. 27. Hey, kill. 27. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, Orbit.
54. Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Switch, switch, switch. Check 24. Check. Lady. Check safety. Check safety.
Here's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Now Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down and 4, Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 47-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's
caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Gore. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Darnold now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Prescott now from the 50. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Hey, kill.
On second down now, it's Elliott. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Prescott now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach in this down?
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They go again with Muhammad. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Muhammad. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
First and 10.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike 54.
Silva.
They'll run with Muhammad. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
54. 54. Watch the smooth. Switch. 80. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Push him back. He's coming. We got double up. 80. Check 26.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Mike 55. Tighten up. Pull it together. Check 43. Check. 80. He's crashing. He's checking.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's going to go down again. Gerald McCoy able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 6 guys. Check him. Go to 54.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop it. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go. Mike 5-4. Who that?
Play action now, Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. This to Jarwin. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Go!
55, Mike, 55. Come on. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now it's Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold airing one out for Crowder. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Get in the weight room.
Slam, slam, slam.
Yellow 80.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
On third down, Muhammad. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Kill, kill, kill. Watch that. Watch the quick.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check 9, check 9.
Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Again, it's Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Prescott from the gun. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 12-yard line.
On second down now, it's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Third and short yardage. Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Now Elliott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, Muhammad. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Muhammad. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Logan Ryan on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Watch out, watch out.
On 2nd down now, Muhammad. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Oh, ladies. All day.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
80 weapon. Crunch. Set.
On 1st down, it's Gore. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Clinton Dix, the former Packer, in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a give, right side. Muhammad. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Dallas, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.